After aiding Bruce Wayne, also known as Batman, and Diana Prince, also known as Wonder Woman, in foiling a failed bank robbery by Al Falcone's terrorist group in Gotham City, Barry Allen, or The Flash, revisits his childhood home and reminisces about his past with his parents Nora and Henry. Henry was wrongfully imprisoned for the murder of Nora. Overwhelmed by emotions, Barry unintentionally uses his Speed-Force abilities to travel back in time and informs Bruce about his actions. Despite Bruce's warnings about the potential consequences of time travel, Barry decides to return to the day of Nora's death and prevent it from occurring. Upon returning to the present, Barry is unexpectedly ejected from the Speed-Force by another speedster and finds himself in an alternate 2013 where his mother is alive. He encounters his younger self and realizes that he has arrived on the day when he initially gained his superhuman speed. Barry and his younger self go to the Central City Police Department, where Barry guides his 2013 counterpart to be struck by lightning, recreating the accident that granted him his powers. Both Barrys are struck by the lightning, resulting in 2013 Barry acquiring his powers while Barry himself loses his abilities. As Barry struggles to train his younger self on using his newfound powers, they witness a broadcast by General Zod, who plans to invade Earth. The two Barrys attempt to assemble the Justice League, but they face difficulties as Diana cannot be located, Victor Stone, or Cyborg, has not obtained his abilities yet, and Arthur Curry, or Aquaman, was never born. They journey to Wayne Manor in the hopes of finding Batman, but instead encounter an older version of Bruce who has retired from crime fighting. Bruce enlightens them about the concept of the multiverse, explaining that altering history through time travel affects events not only after the alteration but also before it, which clarifies why Barry notices changes to the timeline preceding his initial time jump. Both Barrys convince Bruce to help them locate Kal, also known as Superman. Utilizing a secret connection to NASA in the Batcave, Barry and Bruce manage to track down a Kryptonian pod that was reportedly discovered in Siberia. However, upon arrival, they discover Kara Zor-El, also known as Supergirl, instead of Kal. After rescuing Kara from the facility, Barry requests Bruce's assistance in regaining his powers by recreating the original accident. The first attempt fails and nearly results in Barry's demise, prompting Kara to carry him into the storm where he is struck by lightning again, successfully restoring his powers. Kara and Bruce join forces with the two Barrys to combat Zod's army. During the battle, Kara learns that Zod intercepted Kal's escape pod as an infant and killed him while trying to retrieve the codex required to revive the Kryptonian species. Zod reveals that Kara carries the codex within her blood. A fierce confrontation ensues, with Zod overpowering and killing Kara while also eliminating Bruce. The two Barrys utilize time travel to rescue their fallen allies but find themselves unable to alter their destinies. Barry realizes the futility of their attempts, but 2013 Barry persists in his efforts, repeatedly journeying through time to save their friends. As 2013 Barry continues to travel, the multiverse begins to collapse upon itself. Eventually, the corrupted speedster who initially expelled Barry from the Speed-Force returns, unveiling himself as a future version of 2013 Barry. This dark version believes he can save his world from Zod and prevent Bruce and Kara's deaths. He explains the causal loop paradox that led to his own existence but becomes enraged when Barry reveals his intention to restore the timeline. I'm thrilled to witness the return of Ben Affleck as Batman, as I believe he easily stands as a strong contender for the best portrayal of the character in film history. It's important to emphasize that his depiction also stays true to the comic book version of Batman like no other on-screen interpretation has done so far. Seeing Michael Keaton once again donning the iconic cowl of the original live-action Batman from 1989 was undeniably nostalgic and mind-blowing. Surprisingly, it surpassed my expectations, considering the trailers made him appear somewhat silly. Having two versions of Batman on the screen was an absolute dream come true, and for me, it alone justified the price of admission, especially since I was primarily interested in the Caped Crusader. While Ezra Miller has faced some controversies in his personal life, setting that aside, I genuinely appreciated his portrayal of Barry Allen once again, following his involvement in Snyder's DC films. The Flash delivers riveting, dramatic, and simply outstanding action sequences under the direction of Muschietti, and he incorporates innovative techniques that hadn't been explored in many previous DC films, making them among the best in the comic book genre to date. I love the original musical score by Benjamin Wallfisch. It possesses the necessary heroic qualities while generating energy and dynamic waves that perfectly complement the battle scenes. There are many other aspects I'd love to discuss, but I hold too much respect for my DC friends here to delve into them just yet. Let's save that for later. I'm excited to engage in discussions about this film for years to come. The Flash takes audiences on a warped journey that skillfully balances certain cliches found in comic book films while introducing new and improved CGI action and style. It's undeniably the most entertaining DC film I've seen so far. It was absolutely epic, and I enjoyed every bit of it. And he beautifully showcased Flash's abilities, delivering an emotional, fun-filled experience with good humor and thrilling action. Ezra Miller proves himself as a phenomenal actor, and the film's comedy avoids the cringe that sometimes plagues other franchises, both of which I love. Ezra's performance was so powerful that I almost shed tears in the final moments. Moreover, this is a superhero movie where the hero genuinely saves people, something I can't recall seeing recently in the genre. The multiverse and time continuum were excellently explained. Regarding the CGI, it's definitely not as bad as some people are making it out to be. In a specific moment called the Chronicle, not a spoiler, as Andy already revealed it in an interview, the visual effects aim to create a blend of real and surreal faces to represent Barry's memories from his brain's perspective. Since The Flash heavily relies on CGI, there may be a few imperfect scenes, but trust me, they won't diminish your enjoyment, and they only last for a brief second or two. The first act, where Barry saves people, looks absolutely phenomenal. I rate it 8.7 out of 10. I highly recommend watching it in theaters as it guarantees a genuinely great time.